Alright, now you're going to have a series of clips. Now what you're going to be using, you might be able to use this pry bar and a flat screwdriver. And they're going to be the same. You're going to have, okay, there's going to be one.
Underneath?
Yeah, there's going to be one right here. And then you come from under there. One right here. One right here. Then go follow around. One up. And then you're going to go around. One right here. One right here. One right here. And on the inside, you're going to have some that looks like a Phillips screw, but it's not. That's plastic. That's a stupid setup. So, but all of them, you got to do the same. What you're going to do is take your flat screwdriver, pop out the center, pull the whole clip out. These over here, the Phillips ones, are the same way. Pop that center out. And if you want, you can pop it out enough to get your tool in here and pop it out just like that. Right? So on the inside, you're going to have one right here. On the other side of the strut over here. And one right there. You're going to have three of those and the one I just showed you there. Alright, so let's go around and get all those clips out of there. Alright, we got all our clips out. Take our panel and just remove it all out of the way. Alright, so let's take this, and if you want, you can take all these plastic screws and all, put them in a bag or something, and just tape it to it, whatever it is, just get it out of here. Alright, we're ready to remove our catalytic converter, aka wide pipe, or aka engine pipe. Alright, here's the clamp I was telling you about earlier, and here's the bolt we sprayed. That is a 16mm nut right there. What we're going to do is loosen that up. And it should pop loose, but you might have to get a screwdriver or something and pry that off of there. Pry that away. And then we got this right here, where we sprayed right here. And what I'm going to do is try to pull this off of here, just like that. Yeah, that's better. Alright, we're going to get a pry bar or something, because we got to spread that open to get this out of here. It shouldn't be much. So let me get something. Alright, got a little pry bar here. And what I'm going to try to do is go between here up, and that's not working. Yeah, that's gonna be fun. Tell you what, let me get a pair of needle nose here, and the idea is to try to squeeze this over like that. Let's try to get it this way. Oh, there we go. Okay, it looks like it. This right here, and stick my pry bar on the end. That'll open that more. Okay. kidding me. This. This has gotta suck. That sucked. Now what I'm going to do is take that clamp out and we're going to spread that open so we can make sure it stays that way. Alright, we got that done. Now we're going to follow the pipe up under here, and we got two nuts that's holding the rest of this in. 13mm nuts.
Sorry.
You see how it's starting to drop, so okay. Oops, there's our gasket from the top. And of course it's hanging up right on the AC compressor, but we got to unbolt the AC compressor anyway. So right now, just leave that alone. Let's go back to the front of the engine. And here's that plastic cover I was telling you about. We took one bolt out of it already. Now we got another one right here. And if we follow up, we got another one right there. So let's get those two out. Okay. Got the bolts out. Bring our cover down. Let's put our bolts right back in it. Alright, let's remove our serpentine belt. Now here's your tensioner right here. If you look above your tensioner, you're going to see a 1/2" drive feature. A square opening inside there. So you're going to grab yourself a 2" 1/2" drive extension. Set it right in there, and then you're going to set your ratchet to counterclockwise, like you're loosening. So set my ratchet in there. Now watch what happens when I go to loosen. The belt comes off. So you're going to go ahead, take it off of, let's go to the AC compressor since it's down here. Take it off and then slowly let it go back into place, and take your belt off. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is disconnect our crankshaft positioning sensor. Now these plugs right here suck. I'm going to show you the best way of doing it. Get you a flat screwdriver. You want to bring the screwdriver right between there, and then you're going to pry back. So there's a tab right there. You're going to bring that tab away from the plug and at the same time push it back. So you'll stick it in there and pry it back just like that. So let's turn it around and show you. That's the tab right there. You got to, usually I'm telling you, bring it to the connector. This time you're going to have to bring this outside. It's very easy to break those, so be very careful. Alright, let's get that to the side and move on. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is unbolt our compressor. You're not going to remove none of the freon. We're just going to unbolt it and swing it to the side. It's a good idea. We're going to tie it to the side as well. Now, you have the AC compressor held on by 3 10mm bolts. The first thing we're going to do is unplug it, so we don't want to pull on the wiring harness. You got one right here in the front, and the tab is underneath. You're going to push that tab into the connector and pull back. Okay. And then the other one is up under it, right here. So you're going to squeeze the tab that's in the back and then unplug it. Okay, now the 3 bolts, one of them kind of suck. You're gonna have one right here, and I'm gonna be using a 10mm deep 3/8 drive socket that I just had and lost. That I don't really wait. There we go. And actually, let's get to the tough one first. And good, you can see it too. The first one is up here, right there. See that? Mm-hmm. Oops. That's going to be one. Number 2 is right here. And number 3, you're not gonna be able to see it from there. Actually,
where is it?
It's up here. Let me see. Number 3. There's your compressor, and there is number 3. So we're going to get to the top one first, because that was the most difficult one. And then we're going to get to the other 2, and then we're going to tie this to the side. Alright, got it tied to the side. I got a strap holding it up, but I don't want to do no wire or nothing and damage the customer's car. Get that tucked to the side. Now we're going to come up here, and there's our catalytic converter. Can you use got enough lighting in there? Mm-hmm. Now we're just going to move this around. Oh, dang it, dang it, dang it. There we go. Lower it down carefully. Alright, now go back to the front of the car. Okay, here's our cat. And bam, there we go, outside of the car. Alright, let's go put this to the party line. Alright, next thing we're going to do is your crank sensor harness. It's got a Christmas tree clip here, so we need to get that out of there. Bring that down and pop that down. And then it's going to a clip right here. And what you're going to do is, there's a tab right there. What you're going to do is just bend that tab, get your screwdriver in there, bend that tab down like that, and at the same time push out. Lean that to the side. That is good. Next, guys, what we need to do is, well, we are going to have to remove the alternator. I'm trying to get this stuff done because we got to still drain the antifreeze and drain the oil, and I'm trying not to be up under here while that's draining. So let's see. Also, we got to remove, you know what, let's get the alternator out of here. Wow, man, this thing sucks. And we're gonna get the starter. All right, let's get these things out of here. All right, now we're gonna remove the starter. We're not gonna actually remove it out of the car. We're just gonna unbolt it and swing it to the side. Now what you're gonna use is a deep 13mm socket, a 6-inch, no, this is 6 wobble extension. So in that way, the socket can wobble. And you're going to use a 4-inch 3-inch drive extension. Now your starter's got two 13mm nuts on it. You can see one right here. That's one, which is easy to get to. The other one is difficult to get to. So you're going to keep this. You're going to go up here where the alternator is. The oil filter. You're going to put the socket in right between here. And you can take your hand and you can feel that other nut back there. And you want to guide that socket onto it. Where is it? Down there somewhere. Okay. Now I'm going to get my 4-inch extension. Put it on the end of that. And now you take that one out. Get that one out first. And then we're going to go down and get the bottom one out. That now. Take your starter, back it out of there. And just lean that over to the side. If you want, tie it up or something, but it should be okay. Now drop the other nut down there, but here it is right here. You know, I might just take this out. This is like, but you got to put the tool in there as if the tool will fit down in there. So you know what, guys? We're gonna unbolt this. You got two nuts right here. Look like a 10, and it's like a 12 or 13. Let's see. What is that one? Cause that starter's just in our way. The other one looks like a 10. This one right here. Okay. Get that pulled off of there. Let's just take this little itty bitty starter out of here. Now we got the room over there. Alright, let's move on to the alternator. Alright, here we are. Here's the back of the alternator. First we're going to unplug it. There's a little safety tab right here that you got to pull back. So you're going to take that tab, just push it back, and now you're going to squeeze that tab into the connector and then unplug it. Tell me that thing gotta come off completely. That would suck. Okay, next, above here, there's a cover. So you're just gonna pop that cover off. Move that hose out of the way. Get that open. And there is going to be, push it to the side, a 13mm nut inside of there. So it's good to use a 1/4-inch drive ratchet because how much room you have in there. But let's get it and then I'm gonna show you. Alright, let's set the light up different. You can probably see it a little better.
Yeah.
So I got a 13mm shallow socket, 1/4-inch drive, and a 1/4-inch drive ratchet. Let me put it on first. Put it up there. Okay, there's on. And go ahead and take that. Oh, wait a minute, am I up there? straight. Damn nut. There we go. Had the hose out of the way to get that up there. So let's get that nut off of there. All right, I got the nut off of there. Now we just pop that off of there just like that. Now let's go to the front of the alternator to take off the bolts. All right, then before we remove the alternator, we're gonna set the belt tensioner. Now what you're gonna need is a 5/32 drill bit. And when you pry the tensioner back, there's a hole up there. I don't know if you can see part of it. That we're gonna,
Yep.
stick the drill bit in there. So let's get our ratchet in there. And it's gonna hook on, that little lip right there is what's gonna hold it into place. So let's go ahead, pry it back until we can get that drill bit in there and release it. And that's gonna hold it into place. Now we got to remove it. We have two 10mm bolts. Now we're gonna try to remove it without removing the idler. Hopefully it just comes right out of there. We got one right there and further up next to the drill bit. Got the other one. One. And two. Alright, and you can see it's definitely coming out of here. Alright, let's get those two bolts out of here. Okay, got the other bolt. And our tensioner is out of here. Okay, let's take this and the bolts and put it in the party line. Alright, now we're ready to remove our alternator. Alternator has two 10mm bolts. 1 and 2. So let's... One and 2, and it's not loosening up, so let me make sure there's nothing else holding it in. But let's get those bolts out and then we'll worry about it from there. Alright, we got both bolts out of there. Both bolts are the same length. Now let's see here. There we go. Okay, let's put our bolts in it and put it to the side. Alright, now it's time to drain the oil and antifreeze. We got a pan for the oil. We'll set the oil up under there. And now, what you got here is a 13mm drain plug right here. So let's get that. Start that training. Hey, you heard that?
Yeah. Do you see anything on the pan?
No, I think it might have went down in there.
Oh.
Some clean oil, but because she said when she heard the noise, she went and got an oil change. But I didn't like that. Well, whatever it is, there's still gonna be some inside the pan. So we're gonna let that drain out. Now for the antifreeze, being that they have a poor system, I don't know why they do this, I have no idea. We got our drain pan, and you want to take a garbage can lid, cut some holes in it, so in that way you have a wide area. That thing can leak everywhere and you're going to catch it. Now that drain plug, remember as we said before, is right here. Oh, you can't see that, can you?
The light's not on it.
The light is on it.
Well, I have witnesses that says
The light is on it.
that the light is below it. Can't see.
Look at the lights above, right here, look.
Okay, now. Yeah.
No, you just couldn't see it.
Oh, lordy.
All right. Dang it, now I gotta go back up here because y'all couldn't see nothing because y'all know how to...
We don't know how to see.
All right, let's drink. Dang it. Now, what you might have to do here is... Oh, started. You might have to...
You see it?
Oh, let me go take off the...
Drip, drip.
Yeah. The cap to the expansion tank to let some air come go in the system.
You still see nothing. Drip, drip.
Let me turn this thing some more. Oh, that's going to be a long time. Let's see if I can back that off even more. But that looks like it's about... Alright, so let me see if I can pull that out a little bit more. Nope. Alright, so we're going to let them drain for a while and then we're going to close them up. Alright, now we're ready to remove our oil pan. First thing we're going to do is remove three 13mm bolts in the back. You got 1, 2, and then number 3 is further up there. Alright, let's get these. Okay, let's get those 3 out. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is we got a little plastic protector here. And we're going to get this out of the way because we don't want to make it complicated for getting that oil pan down. That's held on by 5/16 or an 8mm bolt. I got me a little ratchet, little wrench up under here. Okay, they had to go put that thing right there, and you can see it's loose now. They had to go put that thing. They put that thing right there.
What's it for?
It looks like it's just a I don't know. Looking at it. I'm looking at it. I'm trying to figure out, does it serve a purpose? But I can't see it serving no purpose. Other than pissing me off.
Maybe that was their intention.
So we're going to stop him from being the #1 mechanic in the world. I don't appreciate that.
Much.
Let's throw this 1.0 at him. And that's going to suck because it's hitting right up against the... So no matter what, it's got to come out there with it. So hopefully it don't get in. Let me just bring that in a little bit. Now, your oil pan now is held on by a series of 8mm bolts all the way around. You can see one, can you see right here? Mm-hmm. And then you got one down here, and you got the 2 up here. And just go around, and you're gonna see the rest of them. So let's get out the socket. And let's see, I'm going to use a 6-inch extension so I can get the ones further up. Let's start from a corner and take them all down. Alright, we got all the bolts out. There are some that is a different size here. We got these 3 that's like that. But you're going to see where they go. But you got these 2 longest ones, and where they go is from underneath the oil pan
Oh, underneath. Okay.
You got a hole right here and a hole right there. That's where they go. Alright, now we're gonna, the only thing holding up this oil pan now is the actual gasket maker. So now we gotta carefully pry this away without damaging the oil pan. Alright, now what I'm gonna do is, battery's going dead, dang it. Alright, let me go get another light. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna pry it right between here. Okay, then we're gonna come up here to the front. Just pry a little bit. Go to the other side. And the oil pan comes down. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go inside here. Let's bring the pan, our drain pan, up under here. Got oil draining. Let's go over here and look inside our pan. Let's see what we see. There it is.
What is that?
That's
Belt?
teeth from the belt. You know, and what sucks about this, guys, I'm telling you, go to YouTube and look up videos on this, and you're gonna see guys change this oil pump without changing the timing belt. They're gonna see the stuff in there clogged up. Watch, I'm gonna take this oil pump down, and they still, because they're trying to rip people off, man. And it's gonna happen again. So we got that done, because nobody wants to do the whole timing belt because it's so easy. It's easier to do the oil pump, and but I don't know what's wrong with people. I don't know. But anyway, we're gonna drain this. We're gonna turn this over. Now I'm gonna just leave it to the side. And the next thing we're gonna do here is get ready to set up timing before we remove the oil pump and everything. Well, actually, we still can remove the oil pump because that'll have nothing to do. No, because it do have you do have a balance shaft up here, which I'm about to show you. Let's get this cover down. All right, let's get this cover down. All right, let's drop this cover right here. You're gonna have two tabs, latches on each side. And that's what you're gonna do. Take your finger and bring it over here and just pull it out a little bit while pull it down. And then the other side, I'm gonna show you in 1 minute here. Okay, you got this. You got this latch right here. So that's what you do, just pull it back, and then this side just hooks on. We put that right there, and there's our. So oil pump is going to be one big assembly, and I'm going to show you. Check this out. Check this out, guys. Look at this. Watch this. This is what happens. This is your oil sucks up to this part through this part right here. Look, watch this. See all that? All that is the timing belt coming apart. And actually there's a lot more up here, but that's what guys do, man. I have no idea. That's what they do.
So how, if the timing belt is tearing apart, how does it stay in place?
It's missing some teeth.
Yeah.
So she was close. Another few miles and that belt would have just been bam. And it's an interference engine, would have had to pull off the head and everything.
Wow.
Right, so got that pretty close. Alright, let's move on. Alright guys, I'm showing you out this quick little video. We're doing an oil pump on this 2018 Ford EcoSport 1.0 turbo engine. And I want you to pay attention to this. This right here is the oil pump drive belt. Right here. If you look on this side, you see teeth.
Oh, well, you kind of high up. So I can see the one.
Okay, now if you look on the other side, over here, you don't see no teeth. The reason why I'm showing you is because everybody on YouTube that's doing this oil pump is not checking that belt, and they're just throwing that pump back in there, which is going to cause an issue down the road because it's just grabbing on by something. Do not do that. If you do this job, you must do the time. Take off the timing cover, the timing belt. Do both belts at the same time while you're doing the pump. Because what happens is, if you look up under here, this is your sump for the oil pump. All that belt breaks apart, and all of it gets clogged up right in here and clogs up your pump. So you go ahead and do that. You're going to be messing them customers' car up. We're doing a series on this. So be sure to check out our series on our website. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is remove our expansion tank. I got the cap right here. Let me just set that up here. And you got a hose right here. I'm going to take a pair of pliers, squeeze the clamp in. I hate these clamps. Sometimes it's better to use needle nose so you can squeeze it all the way in there. Let me see if I can get this one down here better.
Or you could get the tool for it. Too bad you don't have one.
Yeah. Okay. Just bring that back. Okay, now it's going to be sealed there, so what you want to do is just carefully grab it and just twist it so you can break the seal. Now there's probably going to be still a little coolant in here like it is, so you want to make sure your pan is up under there. And then we're going to take that one out, and this expansion tank has got two clips, one right here and one on the other side. So you actually got to just force it up, like just pick it up just like that on both sides. And it comes up. And what I'm going to do is tilt it like this to try to get that extra fluid out of there. And then, yeah, let me just move our pan over a little bit. Okay. Let that drain in there, and then take this one off and put it in the party line. Alright, the next thing we're going to do is remove this fitting right here, this whole hose assembly from the back of the water pump. This up here is your water pump, and this fitting is going to have be held on by two 8mm bolts. Here's one bolt right here, and I'm going to be using a deep 8mm socket 1/4" drive and a 5" 1/4" drive extension. You can see me on it right there. Now what I want you to do is come over here to the other side. And let me see. That's where the first bolt is. And then there's going to be one underneath. The one underneath is going to be right there. I'm on it right now. So let's get both of those bolts out of there. Okay, we got both bolts out. And now this thing should be loose, ready to come out. But it's not gonna, it's loose, but it's not gonna come out all the way because this pipe goes up under here. And let me see from the bottom. Okay, so I'm gonna just keep it's kind of tight. Now it will come out now once we take the cover off, so it won't be in the way. So we're good to go with that. And if you want, you can take a screwdriver or something and just bring that out. Whoops. Just bring that out a little bit. Where did the screwdriver go?
It's hanging.
Okay, it's good. All right, the next thing we're going to do is go to the front of the engine, because now we're going to be removing our camshaft phases. All right, now we're going to be using, I said camshaft phases, but these actually are the VVTs. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to mark them. This is going to be the right side of the engine. Even though you're facing the engine, this is like the left. You want to be as though you're standing in behind the engine. So this one is going to be the right. And this one's going to be the left. Now they're held on by 3 7mm bolts. So we're going to go ahead in there. Now I think what I'm going to do is use a shallow 7mm. And we're going to take out one together. Now the bolts are going to come out a little tight. That's because they have locking, thread locking compound on them, so they're going to come out a little bit tight. And once you get that out, just carefully wiggle it out of the housing, and that's it. And you're going to have a seal right here, so make sure you got that seal on there. Now what you can do is take these bolts, because you're not going to need them no more. Take both of them, put them to the side, and put them in the party line. Alright, now what I have here is a mirror. You're going to be looking at the front of the timing cover. Now, what I'm about to show you is going to be one on each side. Right now I'm looking at the left side, took off the VVT. Now inside of here, you guys are going to see this metal ring go all the way. This metal ring go all the way around. Now on this ring, like this one right here, hold on, look at the scene at this. You're going to see an indentation right there, and one right there. See how that little section sticks up? I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Now pay attention, because that is going to be our alignment mark. We're about to set this engine up to 35 degrees before top dead center. That's before the #1 piston reaches top dead center. There's going to be a mark over here, and well, this one's kind of, can you see the one inside there?
Yeah.
No. Alright, one right there. Now come to the front of the engine. Now, it don't have to be exact, guys. It's going to be right here. And right here. Maybe I should have got a different color than yellow, but okay. You got a mark right here and a mark right here. Now, what you're going to do is rotate the crankshaft clockwise. Do not go counterclockwise. Clockwise until the center of that gear, that little part that sticks out, lines up with that one, and then the other one is going to line up with that one. If you turn it around and they're opposite ways or whatever, they're not lined up, that is wrong. You keep on rotating that crankshaft until they are lined up just like that. Alright, we're down here at the crankshaft. What you're going to do is get a 21mm socket with a half inch, because you're going to really need to put some pressure on this. And you're going to be turning this clockwise. Now, this is a good time. This is a good time to have somebody else look at the marks up there for when they're lined up. So we're gonna get set up for the top and we're gonna line this up together. Okay, I'm about to rotate it. Hey, it's still not close?
No. Wait a minute.
Did that
I lost my...
Because I turned a whole lot.
No, it was turning super slow. No, still got a long way to go. Where's the yellow mark in there? I can't see it.
And where?
Inside this. Oh, there it is. I see it. No, you still got a long way to go. I say maybe 45 degrees. I don't think they're going to line up this time. Okay, the one on the left is getting close.
Tell me when that one lines up.
Okay. A little more. Okay. That one's lined up. Let me check the other one. Wait, that's dark.
Get the light without.
Hold on, wait a minute. That's gonna be too bright. No, that one's not lined up. No.
And this one?
This one's lined up.
Then
You want me to move so you can see?
Then cause now it's not going to be lined up exactly because I just marked these pretty much, but I think it actually is. You gotta get a look at this. They put that, you know, this thing is just like so. If I go a little bit more, I'm gonna now. These things rotating this way?
Yeah.
They are, huh?
Wait, which way are you going?
Clockwise.
Yeah, clockwise.
All right, I'm gonna turn it just a little bit more. You know, we're gonna go with that right there. Now, also at this time,
Well, why doesn't it have to be exact?
because it's supposed to be 35 degrees. You know, I just marked these.
Uh-huh.
I didn't really put it exactly where it should be. I just know it's supposed to be around that area.
Well, then what's the point of it?
The point of this is having the piston below so it don't come up and hit the pistons.
Oh.
So and after
So
we
as
install,
long as it's below.
as long as it's below, as long as everything's good, now when we install the tool, we're going to turn it even more to lock it into top dead center.
Okay.
So, all right, so we're going to go with that. All right, here's the front of the engine. Here's our harmonic balancer. Now on the side, right over here by the axle, you got this little 10mm bolt here. What you're going to do is remove that bolt, and it should come unscrew right out of there. Very easy. And in your kit, you're gonna have a pin. This pin right here. See that?
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're gonna put that pin inside, screw the pin in, and until this stops. You don't have to go ahead and tighten it up or anything. Just bring it in until it stops. Good to go. All right, the next thing you want to do is now we're going to go ahead and turn the engine to top dead center. And you'll know it's at top dead center when the crank stops. It's going to stop and hit that pin that we just put in. So you're going to slowly turn it. Bam. Just like that, we are good to go. All right, let's go up to the top. All right, the next thing we're going to do is install our cam phaser locking tools right here. Now, both of these tools they're the same in the front, but in the back, they're different. You notice how the two pegs, this one's at the bottom and this one is at the top. The one at the bottom is going to go to the right side. So now what you're going to do is stick that in there and turn it till it locks into place. Then you're going to take your 3 bolts from your VVTs and you're going to install them in there. One. This one might be over here somewhere. Number 2. And you're going to be using the exact same holes as I'm using. And number 3. Now on your tool, when you first get your tool, these 6 Allen head bolts are going to be tight. Just loosen them up just a little bit, enough so you can swing this just like that. Alright, now I'm not going to tighten them up. Let's get the other one installed and then we're going to tighten them up together. Alright, we got them all in there. Next thing we're going to do is take your 7mm socket and the 6 bolts out here. You're going to bring them in and tighten them up. Don't go crazy tighten them up. Just tighten them up just to hold that bracket into place. So that's all you're going to do is you're going to go till it stops and just snug it just a little bit more. You over tighten them, you will break them off. Alright, let's get all 6 done. Alright, we got those tightened up. The next thing you're going to do, on this center arm right here, you're going to notice there's going to be this little play on it. Now what you're going to do is push that all the way to the left. Hold it to the left and tighten up the 6 hex bolts. And that's what that does is keep pressure on that actuator, so when you go to take off the crankshaft bolt, it won't spin the engine and do some serious damage. So go ahead. And when you tighten them up, try to go like crossways, like this one. Don't go 1, 2, 3, 4. Try to tighten them up crossways. Alright, let's get that one done and then do the other one. Alright, for this step you are going to need a 6mm drill bit, or it can be a 15/64. If your oil pan is still in the vehicle, you're going to have to remove this bolt right here, because you're going to be aligning up the balance shaft in the oil pump, and this bit is going to go right through there. Now we have ours off, so what I want you to do is look up here. This thing gets in my damn way. Okay. See this hole right here on the side of the oil pump? Your drill bit is going to go straight through there, and this is your balance shaft. Can you see this balance shaft? Mm-hmm. There's a hole inside there that this will go into. Now, this oil pump drive belt is kind of messed up. So what I'm going to have to do is get some pliers, hold on to that shaft, and I might have to just wiggle it just a little bit to get that bit in there. So what I'm going to do, and I'm not going to put in the drill part. I'm going to put in the back end. I'm going to put it in there. Alright, now it's just about lined up. And then I'm going to take my pliers and just wiggle this just a little bit. And you can see it went right in there and stopped. That is now lined up perfectly. Alright, let's move on. Alright, for this next step, this is where we took the starter out. You're going to need a special tool to hold that crank into place. And this is the tool right here. And you notice this tool has a little tooth sticking out right here. And what that does is going to set inside one of the teeth of the flywheel. So what you're going to do is put the tool on. Get in there like that. This thing is like really okay. Take the two nuts that goes on to the starter, bring them all the way in. We're not going to tighten them up yet. Now I can't see it, so I don't know if you can see that back part. Did it go down into one of the teeth?
Can't really see, the plate's kind of in the way. Let me see if I can get a different angle.
Oh, no, you can't. I can. That's definitely.
I could try to see a different angle.
See, that thing is way in there.
Let me see. Let me set myself up while you tighten those up.
Yeah, and plus it's dark.
Because I got to move the camera all the way to the other side. But let me try to see and I can come back.
This thing is like really. No, that's good. You can move it around this. It's good in there. Once you get them in there, you're going to tighten up all 3 bolts. Very important that lines up in there in one of them grooves. And actually, it looks like I'm not in there. I can't even see in there, so.
Alright, let me try to see. I'll be right back.
Okay.